I was only fishing last week when I asked if you were going to make any additions to the squad because of the injury situation. So let's start with that then this week. Are you going to make any additions to the squad because of the injury situation?
No, look, it's clear we're obviously short in that position, weren't we? So look, I'm delighted to bring Tyrone into the club. I think it was an outstanding performance from him to come straight in only 24 hours before and to perform the way he did. Probably credit to the group as well, the way they guided him through what we wanted and the individual objectives from that position. He certainly ticked them, but Solihull will probably be a harder proposition in terms of the emotion for him, going back to an old club where he'd done so well. He's got great fond memories, so it's another challenge for him tomorrow if he's selected to start. But now we've got competition for that place, obviously, with Fraser having a good season as well. We've got 4 centre-halves for 3 positions, and that's where we need to be.
In terms of selection, we spoke last Friday about Asante and him having a week down at St George's Park. How's that gone?
Good and not so good. Look, he's where he should be after 6 months after his operation to date now. But look, we've got to be patient. We can't expect him to be back on the bench or anything like that in the forthcoming month. That won't be happening. We've got to now just ease him back into training slowly up his intensity in the sessions, changing direction, how far he's striking the ball, etc. And that takes time. And then we need to decide where he's at, what's best course for him. Does he come onto the bench and start getting game time for us? We have a trophy game on the 18th of December that may be a target for him, best case scenario. But look, we always said mid-December earliest to be back into game time. Probably, if we're looking at it realistically and to be safe on the safe side, and patience is important, January when he comes back into the fold for us.
Is anybody else on the list closer?
No, it's we've got a problem with Oliaki as well, haven't we? Because he came off, so
of course.
He's a big doubt tomorrow. He's probably a no as well for tomorrow. So look, we are struggling still with injuries, but look, we can't feel sorry for ourselves, and we certainly haven't done that. Our results in the last 4 have been excellent, and we're going full of confidence into Solihull and being positive with the group I've got. I'm confident we can pick up a result anywhere.
As regards Oyeleki, is that a short-term thing, just say for tomorrow, or is it something that might be a concern for a couple of weeks?
Yeah, he struggled with his calf the last month in terms of it keeps flaring up. We're trying to get to the bottom of it, and at the moment we're not quite sure why it's flaring up, but when it's not, he can get through sessions and games, but at the moment it's a flick of the coin, and what we don't want to do is lose him for the long term and it's a rupture or anything like that happens in his calf, so we've got to be careful with that. That's just the way it is, but we've got plenty of competition in there. We've got Jack McCourt, who came on and done excellent, I thought, against Weymouth, so look, we're going in with no fear tomorrow.
Is there any kind of update on Rowe and when he might be back and around?
He's starting light training today, but he's not available for selection tomorrow.
Is there a sort of rough plan as to when he might be up to full speed?
Yeah, we have to be careful with this one, so we've got to be on the safe side. As I said, health of the players is firstly the duty of any manager. So the health of Danny is the most important thing to me. So there's certain things that need to be ticked off before he can come back into full training. Look, we're not far away on that one. He's doing everything right. And hopefully it'll be good news for next week that he can come back into full training. But at the moment, it's just light at the moment.
How does it feel to be going into this match round top of the tree?
Yeah, it's a good feeling, isn't it? There's a buzz around Chesterfield, not just around the ground. When you're in and around Chesterfield, people talking to you, people having opinions, etc. Sometimes people have negative. That's fine. That's what we want. We want people to actually have opinions now and be excited about the next game. And certainly the attendance is suggesting that everybody's excited. And look, there hasn't been a lot of away fans so far with the teams we've played from far distances. So I can only imagine what the atmosphere is going to be like when there's actually a good away following.
Are you genuinely getting negative comments when you're filling up the car at the petrol station? Are people telling you who you should be picking?
Maybe not negative, but people have opinions, and that's great. That's what we want. So look, we only take those opinions so far, good and bad. We've got to stay level-headed. Like I said after the game on Weymouth, fantastic. We're top of the tree, like you said. It's a great marker after a third of the season. But we've got 2/3 left, and as we know, the National League is a roller coaster. So we've got to be ready for when the adversity comes and bounce back like we did when we had adversity against Woking. That's the mark of a good team. If you don't get what you want, or perhaps deserve sometimes on performances, what are you going to do in the next game? Or it happens with training as well. When I talk to individuals, if they don't hit the performance levels in training, that day's forgotten. Learn from it, clip it, watch it, and then you're on to the next day, into the next action. So very much in the team milk that type of feeling and that sort of advice that I give there.
And is there a different psychology to chasing first place? Look, I know it's early and there's months and months of the season to go, but from chasing top spot to then being the chased, and that having that target on the back that, well, Boreham Wood down, they're all sort of aiming for you guys now.
I think it's important that you remember that nothing's won in November. I can't remember anything that's won in November. So look, we're just fully focused on Solihull. We've got to respect them. I went to the game on Tuesday. They played very well, conducted themselves excellently against the League One opposition. Very tight game. They obviously lost it by 1 goal in extra time from a set play, and they were well in that. And really, if they would have won the game 1-0 without Wigan scoring from the second phase set play in the second half, you could have argued that they deserved to win that. They don't let a lot of goals in. They don't score so many either, but look, it's a difficult place to go, and they've picked up some good results since the Weymouth result where they were beaten soundly at home. They've picked up some good home results, and they're looking to have a right go at us, I'm sure.
Yeah, the general consensus is that they are a tough team, aren't they? They're not a team that anybody has an easy ride against.
No, and quite rightly, they've got quality throughout the squad and they've got the budget to match. So their ambitions are promotion as well. So we're going to a promotion contender away. We've got 9 out, but look, that's the way it is. It's obviously a good time from their perspective to play us with so many players out. But I'm not fussed about that. We've picked up some great results with this current group that are in the fold and consistently in the fold the last 3 weeks. They can go full of confidence tomorrow, and we can have a right go ourselves. And what I want to do is make sure, as usual, that we reach performance levels that matches our DNA. Dagenham first half, no, but we had the adversity of Lawrence going off. The reaction at half-time was superb, and the second half performance at Dagenham against the promotion contender was outstanding. So if we reach those levels, the results will take care of itself.
I mean, just finally then, the top 8, 10, and not everybody's played the same amount of games, are separated by not a lot. So it's going to be fascinating, isn't it? Everybody has to be on their toes. You may well face a playoff promotion contender most weeks.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's both ends of the table, though. I think I'm almost certain that both ends will be very tight this year. And it's exciting for the league. And the attendances to match, some of the attendance has been absolutely first class from around the other grounds I've been looking at. So it's really credit to the league, and the league's really becoming more professional and more eye-catching.